Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with a WBZ News Update. Our top stories this Monday. Governor Maura Healey is expected to announce $375 million in spending cuts today. Lawmakers briefed on the plan tell the Globe that the cuts could include funding for nonprofits, economic development programs, and health and human services. Last week, the Healey administration said tax revenues were about 4% behind projections. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu will deliver her State of the City address tomorrow. This will be her second address as the city's chief executive. In last year's speech, the mayor discussed her policy for Mass and Cass and called for Boston to have a seat on the MBTA board. Tomorrow's address will be at 7 p.m. at the MGM Music Hall on Lansdowne Street. A recent study ranks Middlesex County as the second healthiest county in the entire nation. The study is done by the bike company Velotric. It also finds Middlesex County has the third lowest percentage of adults with obesity in the country. The study also suggests that Middlesex County has the lowest percentage of adults who consider themselves to be in poor or fair health. Well, the first round of snow for this season is behind us. Our meteorologists are now tracking another system heading our way for tomorrow night. So let's check in with meteorologist Jacob Wycoff.
Our next big thing actually arrives tomorrow evening, so we can't even enjoy some of the snowfall that has fallen because a lot of us, all that snow is going to be gone by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon. Let's break down what you need to know over the next 48 hours or so. We have some snow to start north and west of Boston as you go into northern Worcester County and Middlesex County. But then everyone switches over to torrential rain and damaging winds. And this is going to stretch through Wednesday. That's when the precipitation turns off. But we are not out of the woods just yet. Significant flooding, all that snow melt, all that rain will cause issues. And I do have a big concern that we'll run into a lot of power outages. So what do you need to do at home? Check those sump pumps, check the generators. You want to clear the snow away from the foundations as they begin to melt. Give them a path that doesn't include your basement for that water to flow through. Make sure the storm drains are also clear. We had a little bit of icing with some freezing temperatures overnight. Clear out those storm drains so that water can also take that path of least resistance. And make sure you charge up your electronics, that iPhone, the kids' iPads, whatever it may be. Make sure you charge them during the day Tuesday because strong winds and heavy rain are our biggest impacts Tuesday night into Wednesday. Some of us will have to contend with localized flooding. This is almost the same scenario we've run into multiple times last year in 2023. We're hoping to flip the script around and maybe avoid any sort of these heavy rain situations and flooding situations. Doesn't seem to be the case. Now, we could pick up another 1 to 2 plus inches of rain on top of that snow that has a lot of liquid water equivalent inside of it. The bulk of the rain, well, the jackpot, I wouldn't say the bulk of it, but the jackpot of the rain actually arrives out towards the Connecticut River Valley and into Rhode Island. But we're all dealing with this significant flooding threat. So definitely want you to pay attention to it. Some places, Newburyport, almost 16 inches, Haverhill, nearly 18 inches in some spots, Leominster, same story. So we have plenty of snow to melt away and cause issues, and that is why the National Weather Service, on top of the 1 to 3 inches of rainfall we're expecting, a lot of the rain. Basically, if you have 8 inches or less of snow, that's probably going to be gone by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon. We also see these temperatures rising pretty quickly with a strong southerly and southeasterly wind. This is the wind direction I am most concerned about. Climatologically speaking, this is a pretty dangerous wind direction, and so we're going to unfortunately have to deal with that 50, 60, 70 mile an hour wind gust as you go out towards the Cape and Islands. Even inland, we have high wind watches that are in effect because of those dangerous conditions. Along the way, we also have to watch for some moderate flooding right along our coastlines. They are also going to be prone to some beach erosion and also flooding. So Tuesday night into Wednesday, we have that incredible amount of rain that's going to be arriving. Upper 50s, potentially record high temperatures on Wednesday, and no rest for the weary because Saturday, same sort of event, potentially some record highs, upper 50s, and some more rain that could cause flooding. So there's your 7-day forecast. Back to you.
Jacob, thanks. I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.